Hey everybody, Kaye here on my homestead in Tennessee. And I thought I was just going to be baking and fermenting and dehydrating today. But I looked at the weather app and it says 28 tonight. I thought I had another couple of days to let these blooming citrus get pollinated. Very often, as soon as I pull off the frost blanket in the morning, there is a bee circling, waiting. So I can only hope that all the flowers that are going to be viable got pollinated and everything went in. And that is backbreaking work, but it had to get done, and it had to get done fast. It's not organized, but it's in. Okay, this is a little embarrassing because when we cut the Egyptian spinach down in the lower yard, I think there were 3 rows that we cut and brought up here, and I hung up the first 12 or so plants from these angle irons that hang down that I have my grow lights hanging on. And they dried, and then all of a sudden, a week later, we were harvesting 12 more plants, and so I just dropped the ones that were hanging and dried on the floor thinking, oh, I'm gonna get to this. I am gonna get out here and take all these leaves off. Oh, yes, I will. Of course I will. No, I didn't. So the dried ones, the second batch, are dried and they're still hanging, and the first ones are all on the floor because the cats sleep in there, they walk back and forth, and now there are just a million bits of Egyptian spinach dried leaves on the floor. But I've got to kind of clean that up first before I can roll these things in. I said, and I know I said this over and over and over because I was just sure I was going to get a greenhouse this year. That did not happen. And I said I was not going to have living plants in the garage where the cats are at night because they dig in the pots and you know what. So it was such a pain last year. They were kittens, so they were this big and not this big. You know, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Basically what's going in are these 2 huge cardamom plants. There is no wiggle room to get down under there and poop. I don't think. I mean, and then this passion fruit has, I've got netting that goes all the way up so they can't get into that pot. So what I need to do is get this on a rolling caster because it's very heavy, and get one of those on a caster and get that swept up and cleaned up so I can pull everything in. So stay tuned. These sunflower heads are, well, Randy felt like they would be better seeds if they went through a frost, so that's why they're outside. I actually think most of the leaves, quite a lot of the leaves have fallen off. And the rest of them have been on the floor with cats walking over them for a few weeks. So I think that these are going to go in the compost, unfortunately. One little area cleaned up a little. Just gonna go dump this in the compost and be right back. Makes it so much harder to deal with, but keeps the cats out. Out of my way. Is that snake moving? I don't think it looked like that when I showed it before. Maybe it did. Let's see. Oh, snakes are sneaky. Okay? That snake, you saw that snake. And I looked at it and the neck was all like this and I thought the kitties had broken its neck. But guess what? No. They're walking right by it. They think it's dead, see? And it's just waiting to make an escape. But I don't know what kind it is. I don't know if it's a good snake or a bad snake. So, I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. This is one of the best smells in the garden. You just brush up against it and oh, just cardamom. Oh, if I didn't have a lip there, see, that wouldn't be it would just roll right in. That's what I wish I had. this plant is going to die because it dies back in the winter, but it's just about to bloom. So, come on, come on. And who knows, it may get hot in November. When I came here December 1st, I had mowers here the first week in December, and they were in short sleeves. So, it is possible. Looks like it's looking right at me, and it's spotted. Now, just for scale, it's the thickest part of that snake is not quite as big as my forefinger. I know the garden snakes have stripes down their body. This could be a corn snake. I have 2 trays of little plants that haven't managed to be planted yet, so they even look like they needed water earlier today. I just gave them water, so I'm going to tuck them underneath the pepper frost blanket and hope I'm sure they'll be fine. They're cool season plants. I sent a picture of the snake to my neighbor. It is a non-poisonous corn snake. I turned a seed tray upside down on it so the cats couldn't get to it, and I'll bring them in and I'll let it make its escape. So I just wanted to tell you, very important, we're coming into the flu season and we want to stay healthy. You know, we have these huge shifts. It's like 82 in the daytime and it's going down to freezing at night. So this 40 to 50 degree shift in the daytime. Yesterday, when Randy was here, it was very chilly in the shade, nice and warm in the sun, but there was also a breeze, so I was like cold the whole day. And when I went in, I felt like my nose was runny and sneezing, and so we want to keep our health up. And if you're not already in love with a vitamin C that you take, this is what I've been taking for a while, and it is truly natural vitamin C, Health Force Superfoods, 100% food sourced, non-toxic, version 3. I get the big one. This only lasts me for like a month and a half, and it's not inexpensive. I know, but I feel like if it keeps me well, then it's worth it. And I'll sacrifice something else to make sure that I have a good quality, food-sourced vitamin C. There will be people who will argue that, you know, vitamins made in the laboratory are just as effective as plant-based vitamins, but I don't know that I believe that. Acerola cherry fruit extract, camu camu berry fruit, and amla berry fruit. Suggested use is 2 teaspoons per day. And I am not a doctor, I am not a healthcare practitioner. I'm just telling you what I use, and I hate to even say it, but I haven't even had so much as a bad cold. Well, I can't remember how long it's been. It's been a few years. So anyway, I'm just passing that along in case you're looking for a vitamin C. I prefer to take it in the powder form because then you're not having to break down a gelatin capsule in your stomach. Now, I know some supplements that you take, you really should use the capsule to get it down. Like if you take black seed oil, that's a very hot oil and that can burn the back of your throat. You remember when that happened? And so in that case, it would be much better to take a capsule that dissolves in your stomach rather than the pure product going down your esophagus. So you use what you feel is right for you. I'm just telling you what I do. I hope you enjoy my videos and I hope they're helpful in some way. If so, I hope you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. Scroll down and click all so you won't miss anything right here on the homestead. Obviously, everything right now is about getting ready for winter. I still have my winter crops to go in my garden beds. I've just been too busy with everything else to get to it. So hopefully there'll still be time. And of course, garlic. You've got to get ready for garlic. We've got to plant garlic. Last year I planted on Thanksgiving. I think I planted maybe a little too late. I know you can plant up until December. You see, I see bees flying around over there wanting to pollinate the pepper flowers, but I've got the cover over. But that sun is going to go below that ridge in 20 minutes and it will be cold. So I want to have all of this done before that happens. And I've got all that work to do in the kitchen. So thanks so much and I'll see you in the next video.